Hi, and welcome. We are checking out Trivium Struck Dead today. Trivium is one of the bands that I grew up with. I remember listening to the Ascendancy album quite a lot, so it's always exciting when they release new stuff. So here we go. Consider subscribing and joining the Discord. I hope to see you there. All right, let's go. Trivium, let's go, Matt. Let's see what you got. Yes. Oh, it's always a happy time to watch Trivium, and especially when it's a band that you've been following for a while, because I know quite a bit about like Matt's journey and everything, and when they started and all of that. So just seeing how they sound now, keeping in mind all of that old stuff that I'm more familiar with, it's so cool. And this seems it's a really strong start to the song. And Matt's vocals are great on this, and the whole composition of the intro is just, it hits just how it's supposed to hit when it's Trivium, right? You know what I mean? But the cool thing is that they transition into a part where it sounds very much more like Trivium, even though the start is very Trivium as well. But how they play the guitars and what notes they choose to play is very Trivium. And I love it. It's really cool, and I love that they stay true to that, even though their sound as a whole sounds a lot more modern, naturally, because this is a new song, 2025. But compared to the older stuff, which I still listen to, there are two different worlds. But awesome. Let's continue. Yes. Okay, we're gonna run that back so we get that part. Gosh, as far as we've come into the song now, there are some similarities in how the composition of this song sounds compared to the song called In Waves. And what I mean by that is that it starts off with this really strong, hard opening, just like In Waves does, really heavy, hard screaming, and then cutting out all like the fluff and all of the things, transitions and everything, just going straight into the verse, very like melodic verse. And then just when the verse is done, it just flips back over, and then you get a repeat of what it seems to be the chorus that they started off the song with. And how that sort of flips and how fast that changes is very similar to the composition of In Waves. Now, I don't know what's going to come now. It sounds like a solo, but it's really cool. And gosh, I mean, the artwork on Matt's body is so cool. All the tattoos he's got, man. If this YouTube adventure comes to fruition in some sort of like financial thing, I'll get his tattoo. I always wanted a tattoo, but I've never gotten one. All right, I digress. Let's continue. The build up. Alex, you can't quit. You know that, right, Alex? I understand that people quit. Like Alex, the drummer in Trivium, has announced that he's leaving the band, which is, I think it's really, really sad, but I guess you get more attached to musicians and artists in a different way than other people, I guess. So when someone leaves a band, it affects more people. It affects the fans of the band, But with that said, man, they're musicians. This is their job. And sometimes you leave your job, you get a new job, you do something else. And it's the same. It's just the consequence of that is a lot of fans being a little sad about it, And he's so good on the drums, and the drums sounds great here as well. So it is what it is, We just gotta accept it. But he's done a bang up job, man. Let's continue. We just gotta stop it a little bit just to sort of talk about what we're actually seeing and hearing here. The visuals are so cool. It's fun when they focus on the band itself and not so much like a storytelling going parallel to it. But here, there's a lot of eye candy here because you got, I guess that's kind of strange to say, maybe seeing as Matt is walking around shirtless, but make of that what you will. But no, the lighting and the color grading of the whole video and how it's like very fast. The edit is really fast, and that suits the style of music and the beats per minute in the song very well. So it's fun to look at the same time as you're listening to it. And this is one of the cool things that I've always loved about Trivium is that it's not like one rhythm guitar and then one solo guitar, Everybody's capable. So everybody gets a solo, at least in terms of the guitars. Their skill is, visible and audible, not to mention. So really, 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 really fun to check this out. Let's continue. Bring it back. Ah. Ah. Gosh, Trivium is stronger than ever, or at least as strong as they've ever been. God, that was a great, great, great track. Wow, Trivium. The energy is perfect, and it's your style so polished and so just great, great job. And I gotta commend Matt's screaming as well, because if you listen to the older tracks of Trivium and then the newer ones, you can hear that Matt's scream is quite different. It has changed a lot from the start to where it is now. And as Matt has said himself in a couple interviews, he just belted whatever sound he could make, and it sounded great on the track, but it ended up ruining his voice. So he had to sort of rehabilitate his voice and do this whole program to sort of get back to that. But it sounds super strong, and arguably a little bit more authentic this time around than what you'll hear in the old tracks. Although the old tracks was crazy as well. Like, he just absolutely went for it. But the scream he has here sounds a little more filled with emotion, if you know what I mean. There's a little more affection behind it. Like, I believe his words. I believe his performance a little more. And that is really cool. I really find it interesting how a change like that, because you'll see that with many bands, that the vocals especially will change over time, for better or worse, you know. If you're able to sort of adapt that into your new sound and your new style, then I don't think it really matters. And Trivium, you know, has done a great job at that. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Hopefully we'll get to check out some more Trivium. Thank you so much for watching. You take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.